As mentioned in the last video, Maej Dodig was in Umag with me already very early on. We were able to make good use of the days before the tournament to prepare ourselves as well as possible for the tournament. It was Matej's first participation in a 250 ATP event. The last 3 days before his first match, we were able to practice with well-known players, which was certainly a valuable experience for Matej. On Friday there was a 90-minute session with Musetti. Musetti recently achieved a great success by reaching the Wimbledon semifinals. The practice with him was very intense, and you can tell that this young man has high goals. All in all, a very good session for Matej. The next day there was a session with Maroshan, who obviously didn't want to push himself to the limit. In this respect, it wasn't the intensity that would have been possible. The first session on Sunday was with Koboli. Koboli may have got up on the wrong side of the bed. He discussed a lot with his coach and played a few exercises with little enthusiasm. It wasn't until the points at the end that the competitor in Koboli awoke. In the afternoon there was another session with Monteiro. This was another good session. Intensity and positive Brazilian energy completed the preparation for Matej. Relatively late in the evening, Matej then started his match against Coco on Monday. Matej was visibly tense, and losing the first set was a logical consequence. In the first game of the second set, Matej was able to save break points, and that was certainly a very important situation. At 3-3 in the second set, Matej managed to release the handbrake, and from that moment on he had the match under control. A win on his first appearance on the ATP Tour is of course a very nice success. Due to the floodlight overheating and the risk of it bursting, the court even had to be changed in the third set. The ATP tournament in Umag has a long tradition, and I also played here during my playing days. The heart of the facility is the center court, which is named after Goran. Of course, Goran Ivanisevic was also on site this week as a tournament ambassador. The facility is located right by the sea and is always very busy in the summer in the high season. The matches started in the late afternoon, which is a small advantage on the hot and humid days. Nevertheless, the players always struggle with the humid conditions, and this is noticeable in the form of cramps. The hotels for the players are not far from the club, and there's also a restaurant for the players at the club with a large buffet. The players' area is located in the middle of the stadium and is very busy in the evenings. All in all, it's a tournament that players like to bring their families to, as it's also ideal for a short vacation. In the second round, Matej faced the strong Argentinian Cerúndolo. It was clear that Matej would have to play to his strengths to survive in such a match. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to do so, only bringing his weapons into play in a few situations and also making too many mistakes of his own. Of course, some of these mistakes were also due to the opponent's powerful play. A 3-6 460 defeat was the result, and important experience was gained from this match. Slava Belinski and Sebastian Sorger were with my partner Ivan Galic at another 25k future in Austria, again in Tyrol, in Kramsach. Both won their first round and faced each other in the second round, which is always a pity. This time, Sebastian left the court as the winner. Sebastian was also successful against Poljak in the quarterfinals. He is therefore in his first semi-final in a 25k man event. I will report on the further development in the next video. Yuri Rodionov lost in the first round of the Challenger in Zug, Switzerland. It's time to press the reset button and take a more structured approach. Ivan and I are fully covered. Yuri has different touring coaches accompanying him, and our practice days together in Vienna are rare. That's why we have to find better solutions. But it's still Yuri's responsibility to find the right switch in his head that also works during the reset. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.